This morning's Breakfast Bible Bites deals with Psalm 104 and verse 2, part 2, the Creator and the Creation Narrative. It reads, "Who covers yourself with light as with a garment? Who stretches out the heavens like a curtain?" To fully grasp the similitude of the phrase, where he stretches out the heavens like a curtain, we must look back to the first day of creation when God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, Genesis 1:3. The second day of creation is pictured by the psalmist metaphorically as a nomadic camel caravan, which was a familiar sight in the psalmist's day. When the families arrived at their stopping place for the evening, they stretched out their tents. That is the way that David pictures the second day of creation, as the Godhead stretches out the heavens from the earth. We'll see in verse 3 that when God did this, he put a layer of water above the earth covered in clouds, which David pictures as chariots. The curtain of heaven is like an azure sky studded with stars as if they were gemstones. The literal way to understand the stretching out of the heavens like a curtain is to see Genesis as real history, just as it was written. God created the sun on the first day, but on the fourth day, it was the fourth day that God established the first orbit of the moon and sun, so as to mark the passage of time in months, seasons, and years. He did this even after he created the vegetation. According to Genesis 1:21 through 23, on the fifth day God created water creatures with the waters where the water swarmed with every kind, and every winged bird after its kind. God saw that it was good. God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the sea, and let the birds multiply on the earth." There was evening and there was morning, the fifth day. He would have had to bring the vegetation into full maturity immediately if the animals were to eat. After all were vegetarians. Death had not yet come to planet Earth. It was on the sixth day that God created land animals and man. And now, if that seems far-fetched, think about Adam, where God took the dust of the earth, and out of it he made a physically mature man after his own kind. Shortly after he reached into Adam, and using the now living DNA, he created a full-grown woman. God, who exists outside of time and space, created the stars and the heavens in a moment with an outstretched hand. There was no Big Bang creating something out of nothing. There was only God. Incremental evolution depends on millions of years of time for a genetic mishap to take hold. However, for a fish to become a bird, the mutant imprint would have to occur in several parents simultaneously, or the adaptation could not survive the change. The fictitious story of evolution takes a lot more faith to believe than accepting the historical Christian creation narrative. As Bible-believing Christians, we should be prepared to give an answer for the faith that is within us. We may need to equip ourselves with scientific evidence concerning the creation if we are to convincingly contend with the false premise of evolution as taught to our children in their schools. Scientific resources are available at Answers in Genesis, Creation Science. That can be looked up on Google search. There are also many other sites that will equip us.